lovely Stockholm, most charming city of the Northland, where medieval clasps hands with the effete. For more than 700 years, Sweden, founded in the remote 1200s by a wise old earl who foresaw military advantage in this chain of islands between the Baltic and the inland waters. Bergi Jarl, so legend says, wrote a charter, set it adrift upon a log, and let fate decide which island should become his capital. Where the log came ashore, he built his city, which soon outgrew the original island, now known as the city between the bridges, and spread to many more. In the center of the picture is the Isle of the Log, or Stockholm. See the far sweep of this queen of the Baltic, a splendid city, rather a brood of cities floating on the blue waters of Lake Mälaren, with the ancient city hovering over them like the mother duck. The Slussen is a radial point for the city's transportation service. Buses red and trams of blue. And think of it, noiseless streetcars. For the efficient Swede has put ball-bearing wheels on his trams as well as on the buses. To this dock come fleets of small sailing boats loaded with the omnipresent birch wood, the common fuel. Notice the capacious wheelbarrow. Yes, and it takes a husky Swede to handle the weight of one of those loaded barrows. These little boats, both sail and steam, are as common as delivery trucks in our cities, for the inland waters have no tide, and boats may dock anywhere at any hour. Freight rates are thus very low. One of Stockholm's principal arteries is the North Stream, which flows past the palace. On one bank stands the famous statue by Carl Milles, Hail to the Sun, symbolizing Scandinavia's warm welcome to the life-giving glory of King Saul. Directly opposite it is the world-famous Grand Hotel, and lying in front of that are several of the little white ferry boats which, noiseless as the trams, glide in and out, back and forth among the skerries or islands. Even in the shadow of the palace, man plies one of his most ancient trades. No luck this time, but fisherman's patience is proverbial. Try again, that's only 710 times. Most striking architectural feature of the city is the great new town hall facing Lake Mälaren, topped by the stately tower with its gilded emblem, the Triple Crown, for Sweden was once 3 kingdoms. The gardens are enriched with classic and romantic statuary, but in the structure is no cold marble. The builder has expressed himself in warm brick to which the sun seems to cling. The roof is covered with thousands of donated plates, with the names of those who contributed to the building fund preserved for posterity. What a charming courtyard beyond this great central opening. Every nook and corner is a new delight. Through these Venetian arches one may descry across the lake the spire of Drottningholm Church, where many of Sweden's great lie buried. Great monoliths support the town hall on the lakeward side. Narrow, winding streets such as this typify the old city. The air of bygone centuries still clings to these ancient buildings. The quaint signs are intriguing. Tvål och parfum, that means soap and perfume. Skor means shoes. That glad hand might be the emblem of the Greeters Club. No, it's handskor, shoes for the hand. Again, the medieval and the modern blend. A busy thoroughfare. Note that traffic moves to the left as in England. The go and stop is familiar, only this stop has a double P to make it more emphatic. The traffic light is a mariner's beacon, a Swedish invention. The triangle indicates a major intersection. The beflagged building on the left is a great modern department store where the traveler finds employees who speak his language. These interpreters wear a flag for each country whose tongue they speak. One lad was heard to say, "That girl doesn't need to talk even one language." Under such guidance, to spend money is painless extraction. You can see by the flags that, like other non-Americans, they differentiate between U.S. language and English. They jolly well do. What? Rum idea, rather. The great concert hall faces a public square, Yet not even Parliament has been able to oust these flower vendors from before the doors of the hall. No, sir. They were granted perpetual rights there by a queen of long ago, and they stand on their rights and the square. The profusion of flowers is really remarkable. Short as the summer is, the Swedes make the most of it. This old lady sells flowers religiously. She adores them so. Hello, what's this monstrosity? A rolling ad for appetizer. Herrings of all things, to make the schnapps taste better. As if anyone needed, but never mind that. Kungsgatan, cut through the living rock. Spanned by two viaducts, this noble street has Sweden's only skyscrapers. Just two, thank goodness, where sunshine is so desirable. The Dramatic Theatre, housing a splendid art company. Here our friend Greta Garbo had her beginnings in art. One reason why this is spotless town. Refinements on the little wagon immortalized by Charlie Chaplin. No waste effort. Make street cleaning a domestic science. Tistagatan means quiet street. This once housed the Royal Musketeers of conquering Charles XII. Here the American Embassy now flaunts the star-spangled banner to the Baltic breeze. No soul so dead as would fail to thrill at sight of his own flag on a foreign strand, and at the American autos everywhere about. Here stretch avenues of lovely homes, mansions of the rich, well-ordered, beautifully landscaped, flowers, fountains, in pleasant contrast to the rugged character of the business district. No, these are not doll houses, just the summer homes of the poor working man, built on government land at nominal rent. He hoists his flag and immediately begins to satisfy his inner longing to grow something. Talk of intensive cultivation, fruit, flowers, and vegetables in a dooryard. There are no slums in Sweden. Here's a dear old couple pottering about in their little garden, never too old to enjoy this getting near to nature's heart. Look at those poppies, pride of their lives. Drottningholm Palace, one of Europe's finest country homes of royalty, is modeled after Versailles and is usually occupied by the royal family for Christmastide. Near the palace is one of the few war trophies in Sweden, a country which has been at peace with the world for more than a century. Third it was who turned the minds of his people away from dreams of conquest to the more stable realm of art and literature. It was at his court in this palace that picture so strongly marked today at its inception. Summer in and about Stockholm is a delight. The Skarsgård is the playground and summer residence section. On the 1,000 islands of the archipelago, lovely homes dot the wooded slopes. Everybody seems to have a home, and certainly every man and boy has a boat. From the water, by the water, for the water might well be Sweden's motto. And to see these hardy Norsemen handle a sloop through these narrow passages is a whole course in seamanship. Saltsjöbaden, a short distance out, is a fashionable watering place. Modern hotels and aquatic sports attract thousands of visitors each season. Here's a sort of Slide Kelly slide and a splash. But young Sweden doesn't bother with bathing suits. Here's a modern fig leaf Ericsson out to conquer the globe. He did. Hold hard, lad. Here come two daughters of the Vikings on adventure bent. United we sit, together we sink. They're a happy people. What if summer days are few and nights o'erlong in winter? Spring is not far behind. They joy in living. See how these lovely birches growing at the water's edge adapt themselves as athletic equipment. Sturdy girls, these. We say adieu to Stockholm with real regret. The sun reluctantly departs, then sends his benediction after him. The long, soft, sweet twilight of the Northland